Welcome back to our morning view. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Ryan.
Today we're going to talk about changing rigs. We've had a few of them.
Currently our rig is a 2013 Meridian 36M. We call it Mary.
We'll tell you a little bit more about Mary and give you a grand tour in a future episode. But today we're just going to talk about picking rigs. I think that there's lots of information out there on picking rigs, and everybody feels like their rig is the best. And what I really think is that it's the right rig at the right time for you, and you need to decide what your needs are, because our needs have changed.
Our needs have changed over the years. What's right for a person today may not be right in 2 or 3 years, or even a year. So our first experience as a married couple was with a travel trailer. We rented it, or I rented it from the Navy base I was stationed at the time. It was a 19-foot tongue pull trailer, and it had a lot of challenging things.
It wasn't a floor plan we would have picked out, but it was a good way to try it out and figure out that this was something we wanted to do with the kids. So I think it was a good way to check it out, and low investment with a big return.
Right.
But there were always challenges because it was a rental unit.
And I discovered that I can't back up a tongue pull trailer to save my life. But that's another story. So from there, we decided that we wanted to get our own rig. So we got a 32-foot Fleetwood Adventure bunk unit fifth wheel.
It was great for the kids.
It was great for the kids.
Super comfortable.
And it was great for us while we were in Texas.
It was. And we picked a fifth wheel because so many people said the tongue pull trailers are a lot more challenging to back up and maneuver. It's a lot easier to maneuver a fifth wheel. So we thought, let's do a fifth wheel. So we did.
And they were right. It was. I could back that up. That wasn't a problem. So one of the issues that we ran into quite quickly was the Pacific Northwest doesn't really, their state parks don't really accommodate for a 30-some-odd foot fifth wheel.
And we like state parks.
We like state parks, so
they have a little more outdoorsy, a little more hiking, a little more adventurous stuff to do, as opposed to resort camping. So I think the fifth wheel was great for staying in resorts. It just wasn't the camping we wanted to do. There were things we liked about the fifth wheel. It was big, which was nice. We had space.
It had tons of storage space.
Tons of storage space.
I literally put stuff in it when I bought it and pulled it out when we sold it and never used it.
Yeah. Which means it was probably too big.
It was too big.
Yeah. From the fifth wheel, we had moved from Texas up to Washington. We had figured out we really liked the state parks, and we decided that we would go into something a little more nimble, and so we got a truck camper.
Right, 9.5 foot Host single slide truck camper, and it was a bomb. We loved it.
It was. It had a lot of great features for us at that time. We could go anywhere we wanted to go in it.
I used to say that if I can park my truck, I can camp, and that was pretty much it. We could go literally anywhere, and we had some inflatable kayaks. We'd throw them in there. One of the issues we had was it had absolutely no storage on the outside, none. So
it was like the clown car when we'd get to a campground of handing everything out. The chairs out, the barbecue out, the picnic stuff, the whatever you wanted in your campground, hand that out. And then it would be the reverse when we were packing up, is, putting all of that stuff back in. And it all had we had places for it inside, but when you stopped for lunch, I would hop in and get lunch, and we would picnic outside because it was full. With 4 people in a 9-foot space, it was full.
But another nice thing, even with getting all that stuff, pulling everything out, we could be set up and sitting down having tasty beverages in about 20 minutes. So that was a really nice outfit.
The thing I didn't like about it is if you got to your campground and you forgot something, or we often will find that we have to go and pick up a few things, often first aid related. We'd have to like put a lot of stuff like away. You could leave your chairs out and your barbecue out, but there was still stuff you'd have to like stow away in order to go because your camper is moving down the road.
We call it securing for sea.
Yeah.
In the Navy.
Yes.
So, because things will go flying. But it
served our purpose for a long time.
I guess we had that 6 or 7 years.
I thought we had it longer
I think we had it 7 years.
We had a bunk, a fold-down bunk, and the table made into a bed, and we slept in the cab over. And as the kids grew, they outweighed the limit on the fold-down bunk. And let's face it, the dinette double bed is not a double.
No.
And so 2 kids on there was scrapping.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of got out of camping for a while.
Yeah. We just were like not in the right. The kids were teenagers. They didn't want to do it. We didn't want to we were busy working on our careers, and we just decided we're not using it. Let's just get out. Maybe this just isn't us anymore.
Right.
So we sold it. A couple years after we got out of the truck camper and had gotten rid of the big dually pickup truck that we needed for the truck camper, Ron came to me and said, "What do you think about getting a motorhome for just us?" And I said, "Okay." And I gave him a rather extensive list of things that I wanted a motorhome to have, and I also gave him a price range. And he is diligent in his research, and he found a couple of great ones, and we did inspections on them, and they were not what they appeared to be in the pictures.
No.
So we did not move ahead with that, and then by chance he found what seemed like the perfect motorhome locally.
Right.
And it was a great price.
It was. It was a really good price. Probably too good to be true.
Because it was a great price, and we didn't want to lose it, and it was local, we didn't have to travel to pick it up. We did not do an inspection.
We did not.
But it was great, and we got back into camping, and we could head out quickly and easily. We could keep it stocked with the basic essentials, and we could head out for a night or for a week, and it was great. And we put it in storage the first winter, and in the spring we went out to go get ready to start our season, and I noticed in the roof, on the ceiling, I should say, there was water marks. And I was like, that's weird. And we thought, oh, it probably just leaked this from, the seams or the openings, and probably some sealant issue needed to get fixed. So Ron took it up to our local dealer, and they
told me they needed a new roof, and it was going to cost a minimum of $8,000 to $10,000.
They said that there had been impact damage
Yep.
at some point, and we know we didn't cause any impact damage.
So there again, get the rate expected. But that was our bust.
While we loved the 33-foot Sunrise, we also had come to realize that in retirement we wanted to travel a little more and be a little bit more free and not kind of tied down with a sticks and bricks house, and we were going to be full-timing it. And there were certain things that we knew we would want if we were going to be living in it full-time. Like some sort of a washer-dryer situation. And so we knew that even though 33 foot was perfect, not needing, but wanting to have a washer and dryer in our rig, we knew that we would upgrade.
Right.
And so
we've been surfing the web anyways, and we were looking for a rig that had a north-south bed. That's something we really wanted. And I couldn't find him. And then one day I just stumbled upon the Tosca Meridian 36M. And it's like, wow. But there was hardly any of them for sale at the time. And so I found the closest one, which was in California, where I've been Washington State. And I called them and kind of made a deal over the phone. I disclosed the damage to the roof, so just wanted to be upfront. I didn't want to get down there and then go, oh, you weren't truthful. So we disclosed that. We had the rig inspected by a certified RV inspector, and he sent the report to us, and there was a few issues.
but none major. They were all
None,
fixable that we were
right.
willing to deal with. If you have a rig that you love, tell us what it is that you love about it, because maybe somebody else out there is trying to decide what rig is right for them, and hearing what works for you might help them decide what is right for them. And hopefully we gave you some information to think about as you're looking for rigs and making decisions and what is the best rig for you. So leave your comments down below. If you like this content, subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when we post new content. And smash the like button.
I'm ready.